And this girl just leaped out of her chair, okay, grabbed a fork and started running to the electrical outlets to try to kill herself and blow the whole building up and just light it on fire.
Smash.
Jack, paint me like one of your French girls. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another midweek mukbang, baby. Let's go. Glad to have you all here. You know I appreciate you so much for clicking on this video. Before I even get into it, we're getting up there with subscribers. Drop a like, subscribe, hit the bell, leave me a comment down below. It means so much. We're growing the community here. I'm excited. I'm ready to go. I'm fired up. You should be too, because you're a part of this. This isn't mine. This is all of ours, so thank you.
So clearly French Toast Man got a little too excited there and the camera fell. Give it like 10 seconds. I put it back. I apologize.
But on this week's midweek mukbang, we have a massive plate of protein French toast. This is 5 slices of French toast. I'm excited for this. If you guys don't know, French toast is one of my favorite foods. I haven't had it on midweek mukbang yet, so I figured it was about time to do it. We got some blueberry version of this time. Okay, I think you guys fell down a little bit. It might have been like that for the intro. I apologize, but we're good now. But without any further ado, let's get into it because I'm starving. I'm kind of on a bit of a time crunch, so we're going to get this going. This might be a little bit of a shorter one, but sometimes I say that and it ends up being the longest one. So I don't know yet. Let's just get eating. I have a fork here. I kind of want to just do it with my hands, but I feel like I need to be some sort of a decent human here. So this week has been a little less, I guess, hectic. There hasn't really been much going on. It's just kind of been a normal week. So I figured for this video, what I'm going to do is talk about eating disorder, like I do a lot. But I'm going to tell you guys, for anyone watching that wants to help someone or needs to help someone or anything like that, I'm going to tell you what worked for me and what people didn't do that was wrong, that they could have done correctly, that could have helped me better. So that's what we're going to go into, how to actually help somebody with an eating disorder.
Yeah, so that was the plan for the video, but that's definitely not what I talked about at all. It's still probably a little more entertaining, but what we actually are going to talk about in the majority of the video is just telling you some stories from the hospital. But I had different intentions at first, but you know how I ramble and then I sidebar? It's kind of what happened, but I hope you enjoy it either way.
So for my new subscribers and stuff here that don't know, I struggled with anorexia nervosa for about 4 years. I've been hospitalized once for about a month. I was monitored for years and years. So I have a pretty good understanding on how, I guess, the health system and how the support system for people with eating disorders works. And I can kind of give my critiques on it at this point in my life. Because back then, when it was happening, I was kind of in denial on everything. Like, everything was like, oh, you're doing this wrong, doing this wrong. Which is not correct at all, because they were doing some things right. But there were definitely some issues that I really wish would be changed, I guess. And I kind of want to talk about that right now. So because I was extremely underweight, all right, the whole goal was to consume more calories, right? So they did this by not allowing me to consume anything that would be considered like a diet product, whether it was like a light butter or like a diet soda or things like that. Everything had to be regular, full fat, full sugar, all that stuff. Now, again, they were doing this to ensure that I was consuming a lot of calories, right? But I feel like you still do need to have a healthy aspect, right? Like, I think we can all be honest that eating McDonald's every single day and like full calorie Coca-Cola is not healthy. Yes, that will make you gain weight, but there are also a lot of health repercussions that can come from that, like diabetes, for instance. And yes, like, you shouldn't be afraid, or you shouldn't not indulge every once in a while and go get a McDonald's Big Mac, but I think ingraining it into my mind that, okay, it's okay for you to eat this every day and you should eat this every day, I don't think that is a very healthy way to cure anything. I really wish that they would promote moderation as well. Like, why couldn't they have just been like, okay, yeah, you have to eat enough calories, but let's try to do this with healthy food, not unhealthy food, right? Like, there was a time I was in a hospital. I'll give you a story. And for a bedtime snack, okay, they quite literally forced me, and I wasn't like, oh my god, no, I don't want to eat this, because I was pretty, when I was in the hospital, like, there was never a time where I was like, oh my god, I can't eat this, because all I wanted to do was get out, so I was doing whatever they told me. I just wanted to get the hell out of there. They'd give me whatever there, I'd eat it all, plus some. I just wanted to get the hell out. But there was this one time where they quite literally forced me to eat a massive bag of popcorn, okay? Full bag of popcorn, which fine. 2 Snickers bars. And a bowl of trail mix. And I quite literally was binging, right? Like, they were putting me into a binge. Like, an unhealthy binge. Like, they were then transitioning me out of anorexia to binge eating disorder. Which, like, you need to be able to tackle both of these evils at the same time, right? Like, it's not a good idea to be like, okay, you know what, you're very skinny, you just have to binge on everything. I don't think that's very smart or very healthy at all in a mental or a physical way. You know, now that I think of it, let's just talk about problems of the hospital. We'll leave the support issues, like family support and stuff, we'll leave that to another video. Let's just talk about the issues that happened in the hospital. So let's just say real quick, they forced me into a psych ward because the eating disorder ward was full. So instead of putting me into the normal place where I should be, where I'm in a hospital, they're just bringing me food and stuff like that, we're all good, they put me in a ward where people, and I'm saying girls because it was only girls there, I'm not trying to be sexist or anything, it's just, that was just my experience, there was only girls there, other than me, that, like, were quite literally trying to blow the place up and were psychotic. Like, they were psychotic. They were, like, diagnosed psychotic. Where I felt very unsafe, mostly because there was one time where a nurse was like, hey, if shit hits the fan, run. Like, how are you gonna say this to people like me that was just not in that state of mind? I just was scared of food. Of these people that were literally just trying to kill everybody. Like, what do you mean? Just run. I was in a wheelchair. I couldn't just run. Like, there was one time where we were down, just eating dinner, right? It was all quiet and stuff. And this girl just leaped out of her chair, okay? Grabbed a fork and started running to the electrical outlets to try to kill herself and blow the whole building up. And just light it on fire. And then for like 8 hours, you hear this girl just banging on the isolation room the whole time. Like, I was scared for my life. Like, I could have, like, accidentally looked at one of these girls funny, and they would have tried to stab me to death. Like, what do you mean? Why are you putting me here? I have an eating disorder, okay? In the hospital, like, you weren't allowed to have any, like, again, like I said, diet foods or anything like that, right? But, like, there was this girl, this lady, which I'm not going to say her name, that would literally drink, like, 2 liters of Diet Pepsi in front of me every day. But, like, parents, or like me, weren't allowed to have any of these products, but this nurse was allowed to do whatever the hell she wanted to do. I wasn't allowed to pick any of the food I wanted. Whatever they gave me, I was just had to eat. It was either that, or I was forced to have, like, a tube fed down my, whatever they do with that. So, You just kind of had to suck it up. You didn't like the food. You're not gonna like the food. It's hospital food. The eggs there were like grits. They were so gritty. Like, it wasn't even eggs. It was like they were freeze-dried for years. You weren't allowed to have your phone, which is fine, but I wasn't allowed to have my phone because the girls there weren't allowed to have their phones. Not because I myself wasn't allowed to have my phone, but because it was then unfair for me to have a phone. But then I couldn't sit and watch movies with anybody because they kept separating all the girls from me. So I had to go sit by myself. You weren't allowed to use the washroom with the door closed, which is terrible because they're just reading from a book, right? Like, I have never made myself sick, ever. Like, I don't have bulimia. I have anorexia, right? So I used to. I don't make myself sick. But because I have an eating disorder, they then have to keep the door open when I'm using the washroom at all. If I'm pissing, shitting, whatever I'm doing, they have to leave the door open and watch me so I don't throw up. What do you mean? Don't even get me started with trying to sleep. You're not sleeping there. Because every 10 minutes, they come in with flashlights to your face and they're like, "Are you still alive?" Yes, I'm still alive. I'm trying to sleep, okay? I'm not trying to kill myself. I'm trying to sleep. I have an eating disorder. I'm not trying to kill myself. Stop flashing this damn flashlight in my face. And then you just hear these people, some of them I guess had like schizophrenia or something. You'd be sleeping as well. And then you just hear some girl just screaming from up the hallway. Just screaming. Like freaking you out, just screaming. And I'm just there like, where am I? Make matters worse, there's this one girl that got like really obsessed with me for some reason, okay? And for like the next year, every like 2 days, I would get a call from the mental hospital that she got put into. I've heard just trying to call and talk to me. Like, why do you still keep letting this girl call me? Like, what do you mean? I'm just some kid from the hospital. Why are you letting her call me every second day to see what I'm doing and if I want to go see a movie? What? Don't even get me started with the school. Oh my God, there was a school there. And I'd go in and there was the same people there. And then they just start stabbing themselves with pencils. Like, there's this one girl, we were just sitting in class, right? There was a very small class of like 3 people. We're just sitting there. I'm just doing like math or something. I'm pretending to do math. And the girl just grabs a pencil and starts trying to stab herself in the neck. Like, what do you mean? Where am I? I just need to gain some weight. There goes my light. Fantastic. Great. But yeah, so, okay, this video turned into something weird. I went from talking about how to help someone with an eating disorder to telling you about my hospital experience. So now I don't know what I'm going to title this video. Because that was a very weird switch and turn. I'm probably going to have to cut a decent amount out in the beginning because I'm going to lead you all on to something that you're not going to see. But yeah, that was my rant. I guess I can tell you about the week for the people that are here. What did I do? Let's see. Today is Wednesday. I talked to you guys last Tuesday. Tuesday went out, had some drinks. That was fun. Wednesday, can't remember what I did. Thursday, can't remember what I did. Thursday, no, can't remember what I did. Friday, can't remember what I did either. Saturday, I went downtown. That was terrible. The bar was terrible. I was trapped in this room for like 25 minutes and couldn't move. Here, I'll play a clip of a little bit of it if I still have it here. Actually, you know what? I don't think I have it there, so I apologize for that. But, yeah, and then Monday, went out for dinner. Tuesday, had Chinese food last night. That was fun. And now we're at Wednesday, and I'm going to go down to a bar to play pool. I'm not drinking at all. I'm going to go play some pool. I might have a donut later, because why not? But, that was my week. That was the video. That was some hospital experience. This video was trash. I apologize for that. This is probably one of the worst ones. Maybe you had some enjoyment. I have no idea. I have 110 subscribers now. Why are you watching this? What do you mean 110 people? Why are you here? I appreciate it. Don't leave. Don't leave, please. For the love of God, I have nobody else. Okay? I only have you guys. Just don't leave. But, like, why are you here? I love you so much. Yeah, that's it for this video. It's not very long. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed me ramble along. I've had a lot of caffeine, if you can't tell. Need to go burn off some energy. So, that's it for this video. French toast was fantastic. I don't even remember eating it. I'm actually not that full. That's kind of why I'm going to go get a donut now, because why not? I still can't gain any weight. I'm still under 145 pounds, so we got some room to grow, so that's fantastic. But yeah, I love you all. Thanks for being here. As always, I hope you all have a fantastic day, evening, morning, night, whenever you're watching this video. And I'll see you in the next one.